Bryant McFadden now being joined by Super Bowl winning quarterback, future Hall of Famer as well, Russell Wilson, our new colleague here
What's
at
up, my
CBS.
guy?
Already, man, how fired up are you? You have a new team now.
I'm fired up, but we both got the same jacket on. So
We
I
know something.
We cleaning up.
We know something.
Yeah.
Great minds think alike. But in terms of this upcoming season, there's a lot, right? I want to talk to you about. But before I do, I think it's only right that we give our guy some flowers, right? So I want to know how well do you know your own career? Do you know your career pretty well? Do you think?
I mean, I lived it. I think I know it pretty good.
I would hope so, right? I would hope so. So we're going to hit you with a few questions about your career, your outstanding career. There's a lot to hit. So we picked a few monumental plays.
Okay.
All right. First up, who did you throw your first career touchdown pass to?
That's the one and only Sidney Rice, baby.
Yep.
Sidney Rice. Actually, it was a play that we had this call called Rambo. If somebody wasn't covering somebody, so nobody was covering Braylon Edwards. I go Rambo. All of a sudden, Adrian Wilson runs to it, covers it, and then I'm like, oh shoot! So I drop back. I'm like, oh, can't throw it there. And Sidney comes out of the back end. I throw it to the back of the end zone. He goes up and snags it.
A 10-yard touchdown.
Yeah, that was my first touchdown.
No question. Well
A lot
played.
more to go.
That's one thing about quarterbacks. Their play recall is very, very impressive. So this is going to be fun. Buckle up, okay? You caught one touchdown pass in your career. Who was the quarterback?
Well, I got thrown from Doug Baldwin and also Jermaine Kearse.
But who threw you
I think
your touchdown reception?
Doug Baldwin threw it to me.
You're right. Do you
Doug
remember
Baldwin.
against who?
Eagles.
Yep.
I dove into the end zone. Doug got it to me. That play was called Alcatraz. They threw it back to me. Boom.
Alcatraz.
Alcatraz
Third
was
quarter,
good.
15-yard touchdown reception from Doug Baldwin. All right. Who did you throw your first career interception to?
I don't remember those.
Okay. As you should.
And I don't want you to tell me either.
You sure?
Who was it? It wasn't you.
No, it wasn't me. I wasn't even in the league when this happened.
Yeah.
This was September the 9th. So it had to be week 1. September the 9th, 2012, divisional foe. Arizona, second quarter. You threw it
we'd go to the next question.
and you guys went to the same school before you transferred.
NC State.
NC
Who
State.
did I throw it to?
Adrian Wilson.
He did.
And he lateraled the football to my cousin, Patrick Peterson,
Look at that.
for 18 yards. Pat wanted me to throw that in there, too. I'm sorry.
They should have challenged the play. I think somebody was offsides on the defense.
I think so, too.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
I didn't want to do this, but
You did.
I'm sorry.
But you did.
You're right. I owe you
right.
one.
All right.
Let's get back in good graces right now. How many
right.
Pro Bowls?
10 Pro Bowls.
Any that you should have got that you missed?
Anything I should have gotten that I missed?
Yeah, do you think?
Well, I think it was about right.
You're right. 10. What team did you throw the most touchdown passes against?
What team I throw the most touchdown passes against? I
Yes.
don't know. I beat the 49ers quite a bit, but I'm not sure if it's the 49ers.
It's
It may
49ers.
be the 49ers. 49ers, I think we, 18-4 all time?
Ooh. Oh,
No, I'm just,
those are facts.
Yeah.
In the words of the great American poet,
Something like
Jay-Z,
that. Something
men
like
lie, women lie, numbers don't.
Numbers don't.
You threw 36 against the 49ers, 32 against the Cardinals. They had no answer for you, right? It's safe to say.
They didn't have an answer for us.
No question. All right. Which wide receiver did you throw the most touchdown passes to in your career?
That's a
go.
good question.
Yeah.
See, I would say Tyler Lockett or Doug Baldwin.
Who's first? You're right with the top two names. Those guys are the top
Two
two.
killers too.
Yes.
I'm gonna go with Tyler Lockett because of how long we. Doug Baldwin.
Doug is first.
Because Doug started off with me. Obviously, we started off each other my rookie year, so I add those up. My rookie year, second year, Doug.
And Doug has Tyler by two.
How many do you have?
Doug has 49. Tyler
49
has
touchdowns,
47.
Doug? Now, Doug, I love you, brother, but don't be hating on me. I don't hate on you, baby. 49 touchdowns, that's a lot of touchdowns.
It's a good connection going on.
Touchdowns, boy.
Good chemistry.
Good
No
chemistry.
question.
Great
All right. When you
chemistry.
talk about
How
the
many
duo,
Tyler have?
47.
47. Wow.
Tyler was, like you
we
said,
had some bombs,
really good.
moon balls, just
That moon ball.
the toe tap in the corner against the Rams.
Yes, in Seattle, in the corner of the end zone.
You know your ball.
I got to, right?
What color jersey were you wearing?
The alternates. Stop
Green.
trying me,
Green.
Russ.
Yeah, I got
What are you doing, Russ? That's what I do.
Got you.
All right, that's what I do. The moon ball, man, the moon ball was special too. That was like your thing. I think you should get that patent if you could.
Yeah, true.
You should try. The dual threat clearly was a part of your game, right? So you're fourth all time in rushing yards among quarterbacks all time. Can you name the three guys that are ahead of you?
3 guys are ahead of me.
Yep.
Um,
You're fourth.
Fourth, so I'm fourth all time in rushing.
All the time.
All time.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna go with Michael Vick,
Right?
Lamar Jackson.
Right?
Just took over just a second ago.
Yep.
Cam Newton,
You got it.
Russell Wilson.
You got it. You got 55-68. Cam has 56-28. That's a great list to be a part of in terms of balance.
That is a good list.
That's outstanding, my guy. All right. You not only were a great football player, but also baseball. Who drafted you in the 4th round in 2010?
The Colorado Rockies.
Did you ever really consider about, like how legit was that, your mindset about going and playing baseball?
It was definitely out of high school. I was, one of the best players in the world in high school. So I was like, do I leave? Do I not? But I had this itch to play football. I really wanted to play football. So I said, you know what? Let me go try to pursue this, because if I don't, I can never go back. Especially being short, being black at the time, there was a lot against me. So in terms of doing that, so I took a risk. I wanted to play football and baseball. NC State. They're actually going to move me to safety my freshman year.
Serious?
They had me back there catching punts. Tom O'Brien had me back there catching punts. And I always caught them though, elbows in.
Yeah.
But I ended up playing quarterback, obviously.
It worked out well for you.
Worked
Super
out.
Bowl.
Worked out.
Made a lot of money. Got good hair. This man is winning, right? All right, when you look at the current state of quarterback play in the National Football League, who are your top 5 quarterbacks that are game changers?
Game changer or top 5 quarterbacks in general?
Top 5 quarterbacks that are game changers.
Top 5 quarterbacks game changer. I'm going to say Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Not in any particular order. Josh Allen. I think Caleb Williams. He reminds me of a young me. I think Caleb Williams is going to be up there. Game changers, Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Game changers, Lamar Jackson when he's hot. And game changers, there's a 5th one on there I'm thinking
It's
about.
a good list, though. You're cooking right now.
I'm cooking. Let me cook. Let Russ cook. But I think the last one I would say is that Joe Burrow is healthy and the skill guys are healthy.
Yeah.
When he's healthy, then he's a game changer.
I love that list. And
good list.
throwing out the young Caleb Williams, the expectations, the potential is there. You know football, all right? When you look at the most recent Seattle Seahawks championship team, they did some really, really great things. And you were a part of a championship organization in Seattle as well. When you look at the similarities between last year's team and your Super Bowl team, what would be the best similarity between the two for you?
I think that first of all, the coaching was tremendous. I think Coach Mike did a tremendous job of having his players prepared. We went to that Super Bowl, we won it here, right here in New York.
You did?
At MetLife
Wasn't
Stadium.
even close.
It wasn't even close. And the reason why it wasn't close because we were always prepared.
Yeah.
I think that this Seahawks team that just won was prepared, in such a way, mentally, physically, knowing walking off the bus. When we walked off the bus,
You guys
when we
already
won the
knew
Super
what
Bowl,
time it was?
we knew what time it was.
And that Denver Bronco team was loaded.
They were. But when we walked off the bus, we knew we were winning that game. And so that was our mentality. And I think the Seahawks had that again this year. So go Hawks, baby. Let's get it.
Do you think they could go back to back, which
I
is something
I
that's
said
hard
that
to
earlier.
do in the NFL?
I said that earlier. I think this is a team that has the ability to go back to back potentially.
Even with the Rams cooking and doing what they're doing and AD potentially coming back, you don't think that's a major hurdle in the division?
Well, obviously the Rams are going to be, up there.
Yeah.
But we always had battles. The Seahawks was 49ers back in the day.
Yeah.
And the matchups we had. I remember it was 3rd and 7 my rookie year. I'm dropped back. I step up, slide. I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden that thing closed so fast. Navarro Bowman and Willis closed on me so quick.
Yeah.
So that's how that's going to feel for this new Rams defense, especially if they add Aaron Donald to it. But I think the thing about the Seahawks is that I think they're going to be coached extremely well. They're going to be prepared, and they got a great defense.
Yeah.
So I think those things help.
That's why you got to tune in.
The question is this, though. How do they respond without, K9 running the football? I mean, he was a playmaker in that Super Bowl.
Yeah,
for him, so.
and we're hearing some pretty good things out
Yeah, good running
from
back.
Seattle. Jadarian Price,
Yeah,
looking
he's
like he could
real
be one of
good.
them ones.
I've been watching the cut-ups, Price. You look
Yeah,
good.
Price, you
Keep
look
working.
like you could do your thing this season, and they will run the football because balance has been the definition of their offensive success. Especially with McDonald as the head coach. So we're gonna see how it play out. But before I let you go, we're getting ready for this upcoming season. You talked about the parity in the NFC South, right? NFC West, my bad. In terms of the AFC, right? Every year there's a team potentially have the opportunity of going worst to first. So when you look at the teams that finish worst in their division in the AFC, I'm gonna name the teams. Who has the best possibility to go first? The Jets, the Browns, the Titans, the Raiders.
Jets, Browns,
Titans, Raiders. Who do you think could go from worst to first in the division?
Worst to first.
Yeah.
We got to factor the other teams that are
The
first in
division.
the division.
The neighborhood.
So I think the team I think with the Jets, they have a chance to go from worst to first because I like Geno's ability to make throws. If he's healthy and he plays well, he's competitive. So I've been around Geno. Geno's my dog for life.
Yeah.
But the problem is
you
they
got?
got the Bills in that division.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're going to overtop the Bills.
And the Patriots.
And the Patriots too. So then you said the Browns.
The Browns.
I don't think the Browns are going to do it. That's a tough division too. The division. Who was the other team?
Titans.
Titans.
And the Raiders.
The Titans could do it because I think Cam Ward's second year. I like Cam Ward. I like Rob Salah. Salah. I think I'm gonna go with the Titans.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the Titans because I think that division. There's some really good teams there. There's kind of some unknowns. It's always kind of tight and interesting there.
Yeah.
I like the Jags. I like the Texans. I like the Colts. But if Cam Ward balls out like he's got capable in him, which I think he does, I
think
like
Cam
this
Ward-
receiver Tate too. They got.
Yeah, Cam Ward got some ish to him.
So
I think he can go.
I'm gonna go with the Titans.
I love it. So let's transition to the NFC. The Giants, the Saints, the Cardinals, the Lions.
Giants, Saints, Cardinals, Lions.
Lions.
I'm gonna go with my Giants.
Ooh,
New York
tell
Giants,
me
the
why.
New York Football Giants. I think Coach John Harbaugh, he's done it. The guy's been a coach for 18, 19 years of the Ravens, all those years. I think Jackson being in his second year will be helpful. He's going to play confidently. And then I think, I think it's time. I think it's time for the New York Football Giants. It's a great organization, great people. They got some playmakers. My guy Malik Neighbors, me and him were killing. And racking up numbers at first, but I think I remember that Dallas Cowboys game how lethal he was. So if he can get back to that physically,
deep ball you threw to Malik. That was a post route, right?
it's a little double move.
It was
route.
a double move.
You know,
Was it dig and go?
a little circus pump? Yeah,
That was a perfect throw.
Yeah,
You was cooking in Dallas that day.
we had a good day.
Yes, y'all did.
Very good day.
So you like the Giants, okay? Before I let you go, you played with Jaxson Dart a year ago, so you got a chance to see the growth as a rookie, and then of course getting into the lineup. What's something about Jaxson Dart that you noticed, being a veteran-savvy quarterback, that could really help him become that guy this season that you noticed?
I think he's got tremendous talent. First of all, I think his competitiveness, like you never want to take that competitiveness away, and I think also too, I think his ability just to have a great work ethic. When we were in the room together, it was me, Jaxson, and Jameis. And so, I think for Jaxson, he was able to be around two guys that have been through everything. Jameis being a guy who's won a national championship, a guy who's been in the league, has up and downs, but is a great competitor. Great work ethic. Myself too as well, to be able to be in the room, be through so many highs and some of the lows, but knowing that, we love and respect ball. And I think, Jaxson has that desire in him. So I'm rooting for him.
You guys hear it. Coming from Russ, he believes the Giants have an opportunity of finishing first in the division, NFC East. So you got a believer coming from your former teammate, Russ. Russ, I hope you're fired up because I am. Can't wait to get a chance to see you do your thing this season with your new team here at CBS. See you Sunday.
See you guys Sunday.